So today I'm going to make chicken fried chile rellenos. I'm starting off with my prepped chile poblano. All I did was fire roasted these over an open flame. I put them in this bowl, covered them with cling film, let them sweat for about 15 to 20 minutes. I peeled off the skin and I removed the seeds from the inside, creating one cavity. You got to be careful because sometimes they do kind of fall apart. But now these are prepped to be filled. I'm going to be using picadillo. I made this is actually ground turkey. Ground beef is a way to go. And I will show you how I made this. Here I've been preheating a medium-sized pan. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. And now I'm going to saute 1 medium potato, 1 small onion, and 1 small carrot that I've diced. I'm going to add that to the pan. I'm also going to add a pinch of salt. And I'm going to saute this for 5 to 7 minutes over a medium heat. Now I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic that I've minced, and I'm going to saute for an additional minute or so. Here I'm going to be adding 1 pound of lean ground meat. I'm using ground turkey today, but typically I like to use ground beef when I have it. Now I'm going to season with a ½ teaspoon of garlic powder, a ½ teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, a 1/4 teaspoon of cracked black pepper. I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of bouillon powder. This is beef bouillon powder. You could use chicken or just salt if you prefer. I'm going to break apart the meat and cook through. Now that the meat is cooked, I'm going to add 3 scallions that I've just chopped. Add it into the pan, combine. Now I'm going to add a ½ cup of water. This is going to help cook the potato through. I'm going to cover with a lid, and I'm going to simmer this on a medium-low heat for about 12 to 15 minutes, or until the potato is soft and tender. So now I'm going to take my prepped chile poblano, and I'm going to bring it over to my baking sheet, and I'm going to fill this with, I'm going to fill it with my picadillo. I'll do like 2 small scoops here. Clean hands, by the way. And now I'm going to take some of my cheese here. And even if it's clumpy, that's okay. This is leftover shredded cheese that I had. And I'm going to stuff my poblano pepper. Let's get all that in there. I sometimes overstuff things, but I'll do the best I can. I'm going to grab some more of my, just a little bit more, and place it on top of the cheese. Press that in there. I really want these to be stuffed, as you can tell. And yeah, I'm making a mess. Okay, so just press that in, and I'm going to take toothpick. I'll take several of these and just enclose your poblano pepper. There we go. This one's not really that large, so maybe 2 will work. There we go. Now this is ready to be dredged, and I'll repeat the process for the rest of them. Now let's work on the dredge. So for the flour, I'm working with, it's like a heaping cup of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add, I like to eyeball stuff sometimes. Maybe like a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of salt. Garlic powder, like a teaspoon. Onion powder, teaspoon. If that seems like too much, maybe start with a ½ teaspoon. Lemon pepper, ½ teaspoon to a teaspoon. And paprika. Go like a teaspoon. Now give it a mix, and that's the flour. Okay, Now for my eggs. 2 large eggs going into a separate bowl. I'm gonna add a little bit of whole milk, maybe like 1/4 of a cup. And you can also season your egg wash or your dredge here, garlic or onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, lemon pepper, paprika, whoops, just a little bit of salt. I have my chile rellenos already prepped. So now time to dredge. So here I'm going to dredge it in my flour. I'm just gonna make a mess with my hands, but you can do like the wet hand, dry hand. So there we go. Now it's going into my egg and just coat it. It's kind of awkward, but you know, you gotta coat it on all sides here. Okay. Now back into my flour. Okay, and there we have it. I'm going to place it onto my baking sheet and repeat the process for the rest. Okay, so while my cooking oil is preheating, I just want to say you definitely can make chile rellenos a more traditional way with the fluffy egg batter. I have several recipe videos that you can check out. I'll link them below. But today I'm sort of inspired by a local restaurant called CHILES. They deep fry their chile rellenos with a crust. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Texturally, it's really good. Okay, once it starts to bubble around the wooden chopstick, the oil's ready. 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 360 works. Now let's carefully take this and place it into the fry oil. There we go. Gonna carefully get this one. There we go. Once these are done, carefully bring them over to your baking sheet and repeat the process for the rest. Okay, so these are done. And you know what, I'll go with, let's try this one. So you'll have to remove the toothpicks. Honestly, if you can find it. This one's covered pretty good. Let's see. Okay, look at this one right here. You remove the toothpick carefully. There's one. I think I got another one here. There's two. Do I have another one? I do. And there's three. The crust is really good. Taking this to my plate. Okay. Now let's cut into it. Oh my goodness. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.